This is a video that, I'll be honest, I really wasn't expecting to be making. Before E3, there wasn't much that Ubisoft had to offer, apart from The Division, that really tickled my fancy. But that was before they went and dropped this bombshell. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. No one knew this was being announced, and that was much like their other game, For Honor, which was also a surprise to a lot of people. But what is even more surprising is that this game managed to capture my attention a lot more than other titles. I mean, things like Battlefront and Fallout 4 were, and probably still are, the games that I'm most interested from E3, but Wildlands is making that a trio now, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it because, well, I saw it and I'm really interested in it. So, the game will follow in the same footsteps, although fairly loosely at that point, that all other Ghost Recon games have in the past. They will take on the form of a third-person shooter, but the catch here is that it's entirely open world, and I think it's the first game in the franchise to do so. That's a fairly bold move right there. The game can be played entirely solo, but is designed to be a co-op shooter, with up to 4 players being able to group up and take on a massive variety of missions in different ways. The game will launch on PC, Xbox One and PS4, but no release date has been announced so far, although the game has been in development for 3 years already, so perhaps we aren't too far off. The story behind the epic scale, though, is one that's centered around a world of drug trafficking with the Santa Blanca drug cartel. They've taken the land, which has been modelled on like a fictional depiction of South America, and they've turned it into one intent on fueling the surrounding population with drugs, and that's all for profit. It's you and your ghosts, who in this are a group of US Elite Special Forces soldiers. It's up to you, it's your job to get behind the cartel and break up the supply of drugs and foil their operation, and to break its ties with the corrupt government ruling over the land. Now that's just the backstory, and it's only a small chunk of really what Ubisoft want to be able to achieve with this title, and that's pretty evident in the fact that they weren't letting slip a release date out of the conference either. A word of warning then, perhaps what you're seeing in the background is what we consider super pre-alpha gameplay, where it's likely once we start to see more of the game, we can be a little bit more confident in what we're seeing on the screens. It is all pre-alpha gameplay, by the way. There's nothing that's been announced in terms of any kind of beta or public showcase. As I said, no release date at all yet. The developers have stated that in completing different missions in different ways, the world around you will adapt and change too. As the game is open world, it's pitched that your AI that you can encounter, so that just kind of means civilians or people just living in the different villages around the map, are going to be going about their daily business as best as they can. So when you come bundling along through with, I don't know, a massive jeep with 4 people hanging out the back of it, they're going to react to what you're doing. The game also has a day and night cycle and a weather system, which you can see in the gameplay behind. They incorporate themselves in the missions too, so depending on what type of day it is in the map, that's not going to change for the missions. They're not structured in that way. The whole world is linked together, so if you decide to go into one of these missions in the middle of night, then it's going to be the middle of night, and you might want to play the missions differently depending on the conditions that you find yourself in. That's pretty much all the solid information we have right now, because as I said, all this footage in the background is pre-alpha, and it could change. Like, literally everything could change before this game goes public. One thing that really stood out to me is how well the environment seemed to react to what you were doing in the game. I mean, in the first scene, which I'll show you right here, the way as soon as that sniper takes out the head of the cartel group, the chase, it starts straight away. You move out of the compound and straight into the desert. And while we're on that point, actually, this game looks absolutely amazing. Now, I'm going to sort of take a little bit of a pinch of salt with this, because how many games have we seen in the last 2 years that have gone from looking absolutely amazing at these E3 conferences to looking not so great when they come out. I mean, I think Watch Dogs is probably the most infamous for that, and that was developed by Ubisoft, and more recently we can look at The Witcher 3, although the devs have now reactivated some of those higher level graphics for PC players, so it does show that they listen, but it doesn't mean that this is going to look exactly like that. But right now, it really did just grab me with the gameplay. It just looked seamless and really, really nice. The game is using a new engine though, and not the Snowdrop one that Ubisoft are using for The Division, which I thought might have been a natural choice, considering how long it's taken them to develop The Division, along with the engine to go with it. I would have thought they would have used that. It does look really, really nice, but this game was started over 3 years ago, so maybe the Snowdrop engine wasn't even in existence then. Anyway, I'll be keeping a close eye on this game moving forward, and I'll be brutally honest, this is where I thought Battlefield Hardline could have gone with its theme. Into drug cartels and wars set out in the South American wastelands. Well, it just looks like Ubisoft Paris got there first. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop me a like if you did, and don't forget to hit up g2a.com/r/Westy and grab yourself a great deal this weekend. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.